What's happening? It's Darian Great Mouth of the South, and I'm here to talk about what I saw one person call on Twitter the most unlikable person in the NFL, Michael Thomas. It's I don't even know any other way to introduce it, man. Welcome to Point Blank Period.
You can sleep when you die. Point blank period.
I'm gonna start it off like this. Look, Devante Parker answers the NFL on Fox Instagram post saying which one is harder to do. Catch a pass on Stephon Gilmore or guard Michael Thomas. He says catch a pass on Stephon Gilmore. I would have just moved on. I'm going to be real with you. I don't think Mike needed to engage, but he did. All right, and I look at it like Cat Williams said.
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
But hey, I go with B if you ask me, only because it's harder to defend a receiver than I feel like it is to catch a pass on a defensive back. Both are easier said than done, but I feel like that's the more envious task. So Devante Parker said, fire back quick, because Michael Thomas said, I've been overlapped you. Michael Thomas and Devante Parker are not in the same ballpark, okay? One is arguably the best receiver in the league, and another just had his breakout year, okay? Let's just get that out the way. But what got me is when Devante Parker fired back with what I thought was weak, and he said, maybe if I got 300 targets a game. It's one thing when people who are on Twitter are saying this. It's one thing when that happens. Michael Thomas gets a lot of targets. Whoop, whoop. But you play the game, Devante. You know how hard it is. You don't just catch every pass that come your way. You wouldn't do what Michael Thomas does with the same amount of targets because you don't catch like Michael Thomas catches. What we're not about to do is sit here and act like the man doesn't have a ridiculous catch rate. It's not like he's getting a lot of targets and catching 60% of his balls. Like, he ain't average. He's elite. And I'm just surprised that Devante Parker would stoop so low as to say that's some stuff you see somebody on Twitter say. But since we're talking about Twitter, let's get to him. All right. We just saw The Last Dance wrap up, and Michael Thomas has been vocal about his appreciation for Jordan. He signed to Jordan, and he adopts that mentality of any kind of slight is disrespect. Okay, he's always had a chip on his shoulder. He's not the fastest. He's not the most athletic, but he is the hardest working. He gonna get in there. He gonna get active. He gonna try to get better at all times. He has to. He doesn't have those same physical gifts of, say, Julio Jones in the division, respectively. And then this is the thanks he gets. People say he looks at anything as disrespect. He just opens up and says he disrespected. Have you ever thought that the reason Michael Thomas hops on Twitter and acts like he's disrespected is because he's disrespected? I don't know if that ever clicked in anybody's brain, but imagine winning Offensive Player of the Year, and then all you get to hear is he only runs slants. And when that's disproven, and they say if you take away every single slant he caught this year, he would still be the league leader in catches and yards. They say, well, he doesn't have a good yard per catch. At this point, you're reaching for everything. I've seen everything go for Michael Thomas. He was only good because he had Drew Brees. Boom, Teddy Bridgewater came in. Guess that's not true. He can only catch slants. Seen that disproven. Now he has a bad yards per catch. He had a better yards per catch than DeAndre Hopkins did this year. But we're not using that as a knock against him. At the end of the day, it's not just manufactured in his brain. He is being disrespected. And if you want to come and tell me everything about slants, if you only value plays that are 30 yards down the field, shut the hell up. I don't have nothing to say to you. No, that's not a part of the game that he excels. He's not going to be streaking down the field 50 yards wide open. That's not his game, no. But we're not going to sit here and act like he only plays within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. If that's what you want to do, ain't really nothing for us to speak about. Point blank, period.